There are a lot of things we never expected to see in life. Near the top of the list might be a CD with a religious theme from Snoop Dogg. With us to talk about that and other video and music releases, the boys from Bull Moose, Brett Wickard and Chris Brown. You can't even contain yourself at the mere thought of this, can you?
No, I'm trying to put all the elements together. So let me think on that. Let me ponder that for a moment.
Has Snoop gone gospel here? Is that what we have with this new release?
Yes, it's a gospel album, and it's more than 2 hours long. But what he says about it is that it's always been in his heart.
Do we believe that?
Yes.
It seems sincere.
It seems sincere, but also what's cool is that somebody who is not traditionally of a certain genre, how they view it. So like, you'd listen to it, you'd say, that's definitely a gospel record, but you can tell that it's Snoop's opinion of gospel.
It's called Bible of Love, and it's more than 2 hours long, Chris? That's really remarkable.
Yeah. I mean, you know, how long is the book? I mean, that book, you know,
That's true.
Go big or go home. If you're releasing your gospel album, Rob, you've got to go 2 hours plus.
So overall, this is a pretty solid effort.
Impressive effort, yes.
Yeah.
There are gospel records that are definitely technically more proficient and everything like that, but it's interesting just to view his take on it.
He's a really good singer. He just doesn't choose to do it much.
All right, on to a new video release. This is a movie that came out several months ago. Matt Damon is in it. It's called Downsizing. Let's take a look at a clip.
Wow, that is wild, isn't it? It's just wild. That's Dave Johnson.
Hey, everybody.
And Carol. He never struck me as the kind of guy who'd go get small.
Downsizing takes the pressure right off.
So the premise here is that people can be shrunk down to 5 inches tall, which allows them to live like millionaires while reducing the effects of overpopulation and things like that. This one didn't do all that well at the box office. What did you guys think of this movie? How good is it?
Yeah, it didn't do that well at the box office, and but it's such an interesting premise, right? And so timely. And you know, the writer and director is Alexander Payne. So for folks who are fans of like Sideways, The Descendants, you know, Election, he's a really interesting. He takes interesting takes on things, but his pacing is often slower than what people expect. So I think it's a very good movie. It's just not, you know, you want either slapsticks moving super quick, or you want, you know, big explosions and things like that. It has neither of those. It's thoughtful.
Small explosions.
Small explosions.
No explosions.
Tiny explosions.
Yeah, and it's funny, but it's not. I mean, it's supposed to be a comedy, so I think like the serious comedy science fiction movie with like an action star is going to be a hard thing to pull off. But it's cool and interesting.
People's preconceptions.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's not The Martian.
But if you like Alexander Payne and you know who that is, even though I say it, you're probably going to at least like this movie.
Yeah,
I love it.
All right, another new release we have coming out is Jumanji. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, okay, so you remember this is a thing with the board game, and the kids get sucked into it, and Robin, you know, so it's been updated now, so it's like an old video game cartridge that they get sucked into, but it's still the same kind of thing, except that what's cool about it is the kids now have like their, you know, in-game avatars, so you can be The Rock.
Yeah, and so like, and also like, you know, like Jack Black's character ends up playing a teenage girl, but it's Jack Black playing the character. And so unlike Downsizing, where there wasn't a lot of slapstick and a lot of great effects, this is the exact opposite. I mean, this is visceral. The moment you watch it, you'll laugh your way through it. I thought it was a really good movie. You won't be thinking about it for the next 3 months afterwards, saying, wow, I learned a lot about myself through Jumanji, but you'll have a good time.
Okay. And coming up, the other one you mentioned is the release.
About myself.
Another DVD release is called Images. Let's talk a little bit about that one.
This is really interesting. It's a Robert Altman film, sort of like after MASH, but before Nashville, so 71, 72. It's never been on Blu-ray before, which is strange that you wouldn't have everything by him out. It's like a creepy psychological horror movie thing where there's a lot of this what's real.
Her dead lover, is she actually seeing him? He passed away. Is she the one, you know, with the tough grip on reality, or what's really going on?
Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's creepy, but it also has some of that kind of improvised feel to it. So it's got that real, but there's no like big, long, boring football game.
One more to hit another video release, Pitch Perfect 3. This one stars Anna Kendrick, who grew up in Portland. Let's take a look.
Excuse me? I just thought you guys were so busy with your awesome jobs and amazing lives. I am, actually. We're actually...
All right, I'm always wary of the third movie in a series because it means they're just in it for the money most of the time. How's this one?
Well, I think that might be accurate, but it's still fun to watch. I mean, it is definitely the weakest out of the three, but if you like a cappella and you like the Bellas and you want to see another go-around because they're in their real lives, now they're on a USO tour, you'll still enjoy that route.
All right. It's wound down. It's the end of the trilogy. There's no Pitch Perfect 8
Probably
in your future.
A good thing. Got to leave it there. Chris, Brett, thank you as always, and we'll be back right after this.